Okay. Do you have it?
All right, we are live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the webinar. This is Brendan here, and I'm joined by my partner, Sam.
Hi, guys.
How are we doing? And we have Elaine, who is doing all the technical stuff here. Elaine, come say hello to everyone so they can see your beautiful face. So Elaine's doing all the technology. We're going to get started in about 30 seconds from now with today, but I just want to say hello to all of you and welcome you to the webinar. Sam wants to say hello as well. And I just want to know where you're from. So I'm going to put a little bit in the chat box here. If you can hear me and everything. Hello. Where are you from? Awesome. And I'll need a pen for the you can see me okay, and we will get started with everything. Awesome. And those SMSs they haven't are going out to the members. Okay. That would be awesome. We need to sort that last thing out. We can get started. Okay, awesome. So where's everyone from? Atlanta, Georgia, Texas, Natonia, Chicago, Philadelphia. Awesome. New York City, says Sam. Who else have we got? Can everyone hear and see me okay? How's the sound? For everyone. David's from Miami. Welcome, David. Nigeria, Jace from Nigeria. Long Island, Terrence from Jersey. I'm in Las Vegas. Can everyone hear me? Some people are saying no sound, but I just want to make sure that's just one person as well that I have here that cannot hear me. A bit of glare. Okay, thank you guys for some feedback. Let's close.
We'll fix that.
The glare. Elaine, California. Boca Raton, Florida. I've been there. Natasha from Louisiana. We're fixing the glare for you. Amir just says Amir. Amir, where are you from? As well. Emily's from Florida. All right, cool. All right, so we'll get started in just 1 minute. Just see everyone's just joined.
And Elaine should have fixed the glare.
Cool. All right, and Elaine, just before we do that, just awesome. All right, we are good to go in 30 seconds. We got a few hundred people here, which is awesome. Edo says Shuddy's here from California. So we're going to be covering some cool Amazon stuff in just a second, which is really, really cool. And we're going to get your business up and running on Amazon. If you haven't sold on Amazon before, we're going to show you some really cool products that we're selling right now. And we will be good to go. So let's Sam's going to be the moderator today. So she's anyone who's, if you have anything, you're typing off my slides in a minute and give you guys a presentation. Sam's going to be moderating.
I'll do my best to get. Sometimes the comments come in thick and fast, so please bear with me if I miss your comments.
So any questions, she'll be answering them. What I'm going to do at the end, we're going to have a Q&A where I'll go through all your questions as well and help you guys. So get excited about that. And we're going to get started once Sam's just got her moderating panel up and running.
And Sam says now I can see and hear you. Awesome.
Cool. Awesome. Chanty can't hear us. Just try logging off and logging on if you have any problems at all with anything as well.
We've got Elaine, our tech expert here, sorting everything out. So, yeah.
Wonderful. All right, cool. Excellent. Excellent. All right. So, what's that mean? All right, Sam. Okay, awesome. Cool. All right. So that's it. We've got everything we need to do to get started. We've got everyone who's joined us, and that's it. We're good to go. So slide share here as well. Move that into presenter mode. Elaine, you can just tell me. You don't have to whisper. Everyone can hear me. That's all good. All right.
We'd be lost without Elaine in tech, guys.
And do I need to share the slides first? All right, so we'll do that. It's that one there, or this one, middle one. All right, share. And generate massive residual profits every month on Amazon. And I'm going to be in that presentation. But we have Sam right here who's going to do a bit of an introduction. So Sam, do you want to jump in now and just tell everyone a little bit about who they are going to be learning from today?
Okay, guys, so a little bit about us if you've not come across us before. So, we are a team of active importers, online sellers, and marketers. And we were founded by Brendan. Brendan is a second generation importer who learned everything that he knew, as he'll tell you today, from his dad and his other mentor, his uncle Julian. And he's personally been in the importing business, building up his own online product sales empire for the past 18 years, and that's actually as long as I've known him. We were both a lot younger, Brendan. And 9 years ago, he set up our company, the China Import Formula, when almost by accident he discovered that two of his friends who'd accompanied him to China went off and basically started using the strategies that they observed him using to negotiate great prices in China and the business tips that he discussed with them. They took them home, and within 6 months, they built up an incredibly successful business in Sydney, Australia, opening 2 warehouses within 6 months. Now, as you guys will hopefully see tonight, Brendan, I obviously have a bit of a bias, but I think Brendan's not only quite a clever cookie, but he's also incredibly humble. And I think for him, seeing that his friend that kind of success for his teaching, a moment for him. I've done a lot of teaching myself. My trade's actually psychology. Yeah, so that was something that Brendan decided that he would then want to do. If he could use the knowledge that he'd gained from his family and through his uncle and across his life, then he could perhaps use that, and his friends had used it. He could pass this on to other people and help them achieve the same time and location and financial freedom that he was enjoying. So Brendan's had a whole bunch of career achievements. He's become a very renowned speaker all around the world. He's been featured in a lot of media. And I think the most fascinating aspect of Brendan's journey is the fact that he started when he was a uni student. So this was in the early 2000s. Brendan was studying law in Sydney, but then he really took on a very entrepreneurial route. So he's going to describe to you today his journey. He was actually one of Australia's first big eBay success stories. And so back then it was quite unusual to do in the early 2000s to be making so much money selling goods online. So Brendan is then probably Australia's foremost importing expert, and that image you can see up there in the top left, the importing done right. Brendan is always sought after to speak around the country and across the world on educating people as to how to import safely and securely, because he's really developed a formula for that across the past 18 years. And if you can see that little motorbike that Brendan's actually sitting on, I'll try to use my mouse there to show you that. Yeah, that little motorbike, they're called pocket bikes. We've actually got one in our office in Sydney. It's a really cute little black one. And Brendan will tell you he had enormous success with selling those little motorbikes. He's been featured on TV in the media. And today we are going to be sharing with you all of his importing insights, his 7-step formula to importing, and his tips for selling successfully on Amazon. So we sell on a number of different platforms. We are big sellers in Amazon USA, and we're very proud that some of our most recent products have done extremely well. We've landed on page 1. As you guys all know, it's a very competitive marketplace, Amazon USA, but this is what we do. This is our bread and butter, and this is our day in, day out, and our great passion. And we run a massive event yesterday in Sydney.
How many people do we have, Sam?
We had across the day, I think we had 600 people, come and see us. Yep.
And out of that, probably we had 80 people.
We had 80 people apply to join our program and learn from us. So that's actually what we're doing around today's webinar with you guys. And we brought in an amazing American speaker, actually, our very good friend Ken, who's an exceptional seller and marketer, to share all of his e-commerce insights. So yesterday we had a fantastic day. So without further ado, I will pass over to Brendan. I will be here moderating. If you've got any issues, then let me know. And I really hope you guys enjoy the webinar.
Thanks, Sam. All right, well, thank you for the introduction. Let's get straight into the content. So in the next 60 minutes, my goal for this evening is to make a big impact on you. So what I want to do is I want to be able to give you confidence where some of you might be wondering if you can actually run your own business from home. I want to give you clarity to eliminate all the confusion and all the questions you might have right now. And also, I want to unlock the incredible potential which exists in you to try and help you to transform your life and those around you. So here's all I need from you for the next 60 minutes is this. I just want you to take action. There's nothing worse than giving someone a solution, finding out years later that they've done nothing with it and their situation is exactly the same as it is today, especially when others do take action and they create the outcomes that you want. And I'm just going to move back to the camera now for a second because I just want to show you probably the most important thing today. And I've just written something on my piece of paper. So we're going to put the camera back on before we switch to the side. Sam's in. All right, 100%. Okay, I want you to give me 100%. That's the only deal of your energy, your participation, your focus, because this is really going to be life-changing for you if you focus on it. And in exchange, I'm going to give you 100%. All right, so it's a one-for-one deal. My best tactics, my best strategies. I'm not going to hold you back. I'm going to show you what I'm selling right now on Amazon. I'll show you what hit page 1 this week for my products. I have some other page products as well that I'm selling. And that's it. And that's really essentially what I'm going to ask for you. So what I'm going to say now, I'm just going to switch back to the slide. So if so, and you're ready to get started, give me all your energy, all your participation, everything you got, just write the word deal right now on your browser. So if we have a deal, just type the word deal. We go into all of the content. So let's do that, and we'll be good to go. All right, wonderful. Deal says Shadi. Beverly says deal. Dave says deal. Francisco says deal. Miguel says deal. Martha says deal. Jose. Veronica. If you're watching, Lashonda. I know there are hundreds of people. You have to say deal. And there'll be some special gifts for the people who are participating. I think I gave away a secret already. All right. Well, that's all right. They've already made the deal, so I'm allowed to give away my secrets. Okay, yeah. Cool. That's a lot of you says deal. So that's it. So just a quick note. In order for this to happen, I need your undivided attention. Turn off your phone. Shut down your emails. Shut the door. Give me all your focus and all of your energy. And how did this all come to be? How do I help people? I started years ago as a typical penniless student. You might think, if only I had, money, I could make money. Well, that's not really the case because I started with $1,500 and I turned my first $1,500 into $5,000. This is going back to 2001. In fact, I didn't even have the $1,500. I had to go halves with a friend. So one thing I'll teach you, get your pen out, write this down. It's not your resources that counts. It's your resourcefulness. And I just want to ask you, are you resourceful? Or are you the kind of person who's just sitting there waiting for your employer to give you the next paycheck or the next government handout or inheritance? That's really it. And the question is the difference between me and other people is I just kept going and suddenly people were asking me for help. And it all started in 2007. I started teaching people how to do it as well. And we've been going and helping people selling for a decade. We originally started on eBay. And now we teach Amazon because that's what is making the money right now. So a friend of mine insisted I show him what to do. Soon he had 2 warehouses full of goods. And in 2009, I started helping them. I put some YouTube videos up for fun. Pretty soon people were contacting me and they wanted my advice on how to import and how to sell online. And I helped a few people formally to this. And I ended up creating China import formula, which has turned into the A to Z formula of Amazon. So I just want to ask you, would it be okay for me to just show you 1 or 2 strategies? So this firstly is Isaac, Matt, and Isaac. And I just want to show you it can happen without you having too much money to start with. Isaac says we start our importing business with less than $1,000 whilst working full time. Originally, it was only a side thing for some extra cash. However, quickly I grew our primary breadwinner. Thanks to Brent and his team of professionals, we're turning over $15,000 a month, and we're on track to turn over $15,000, 20 to 5 by the end of this year. We're also expected to finish up our full-time job. So this is also Mario. He's a mate of mine from New York, so shouting out to all my New York people.
We love Mario.
And Mario sold $24,995 worth of goods in 20 minutes. So this was last Christmas, or it's actually Christmas before last. He had the pie face game, so he rushed out and bought as many as he could. He ended up with 500 and sent them to Amazon, list them for $49.99. But as the supplies ran out in shops, the price on Amazon crept up and up. And one day Mario saw it work that his phone started going crazy. He left and he came back from a meeting and he had discovered he made $24,995 worth of sales in 20 minutes. And look, I just want to tell you this webinar that we're going to go through for the next 45 minutes is different. I'm not going to sit here in front of my computer. I'm not going to teach you theory. I'm going to be teaching you. I'm going to be taking you. Elaine, do you want to just jump in and sort that out? We're sharing the wrong one. Selling on Amazon. And by this webinar, I want you to be convinced that this is something that you can do. So I'm going to give you real life examples. I'm not going to go on and on with tons of theory. You'll know if you can do it too, and you really can. And you're going to discover today how to pick product import and know if they're going to sell on Amazon. A lot of people don't know how to do this. And also, you know, my question to you is if you could get these kind of results that Mario has, that Matt and Isaac has, would it change your life? And if that's the case, you know, say yes. I mean, talking about the extra money, you know, that you can have, like Matt and Isaac and Mario, the ability to just, you know, have a little bit, you know, quit a job if you hate it. Because think about it, if you've got 2 or 3 or 4 products on Amazon and they're selling, that makes you the kind of income a job would, and that gives you the freedom to do what you want. And the biggest question is, it's not for everyone. I'll just be really clear. We had how many people last night again come to us and visit us in Sydney?
600 across yesterday.
600 across yesterday. And of the 600 that came, there were actually 1,500 that were registered to come, and 600 turned up. And it was the people who showed up that were committed.
Because they were taking action.
Because they were taking action. And even today, we had, I think, close to, 800, 900 people registered, you know, are prepared to take action. So my question is, are you prepared to do something to make it happen? If that's the case, type in yes. And, you know, a mighty product is more powerful than a mighty listing. So no matter how much you try, you can't flog a dead horse. And there are some amazing profits to be made when you sell the right product. So my advice to you is follow a proven process to give you the best chance of success. So am I just, you know, pulling this out of my butt? Am I making this up? Or is this, you know, the case? Well, I'm going to show you what I'm selling now, because, you know, to do, you know, success here, you've got to follow someone who's doing it. So here are some of my products. These are chalk markers.
I've got a lot of yeses to that, I've got to say.
How many yeses did we get, Sam?
We've got a lot of yeses. We've got Charles, we've got Sam, we've got Susan, Shoshone, Andretta, Jesus, Iya, Charisse, Shadi. Awesome, guys.
Awesome. All right, good on you. Well, these are chalk markers, pans, glasses. These are equipment, camping equipment, and this is a rainfall shower head. But what I want to show you is my buy and my sell price. So I'm buying these for $5.52. I'm buying these set of 6 of the wine cups for $6.36. I buy these for $5.82. I'd buy the glasses for $8.20. I buy the gardening kits for $13.20 and the rainfall shower heads for $3.12. Now, how much money am I making? Well, I'm selling the chalk markers for $19, the wine cups for $20, the pots and pans for $20, the glasses for $40, the gardening kits for $35. And I just noticed, I just raised the price of that this week for $42, and I found it to make a scrap of difference in the amount. So my profitability went up about 30, 40%. But have a look at the rainfall shower heads. That's a 10-to-1 margin as well. Now, if you look at that, you're wondering which is the best product. Well, the one I'm doing the best with are actually these one-breakable wine cups. I never had a single return because they're just made of silicone. They don't screw up.
It's not a complicated product.
It's not,
There's no moving parts.
There's no moving parts.
Yeah.
And these are one of my best sellers. This hit page 1 of Amazon this week, and it's doing well. And because it's doing so well, we've just redesigned the packaging. We did a thing called private labeling. Write that down. And here's the strategy: you bring in a product, you sell it, and if it's making money, you then design sexy packaging around it. And we'll show you how to do that. It's part of what we teach in our courses. Sam says, "Love the energy." Thanks, Sam. Oh, that's you.
That's me.
Okay, I thought it was one of our
That's why it
guests.
says moderator.
All right, wonderful. And here's some 3 rules that I want to get into content really quickly. So rule 1 is choose products with high margins. So when you buy a product on Alibaba or Global Sources or AliExpress or whatever, it must be, you must buy it and sell it for 3 times. So write this down, 3x. So you must sell it for 3 times what you're buying it for. The other thing is make sure you factor in Amazon's commissions. They take in 15%. Their shipping and handling fees are $3 to $4 when you're calculating a margin. But my general strategy is if you have a 3 times markup, then you'll be able to cover Amazon's commissions. Step number 2 is make sure it has a low BSR. This means bestseller ranking. And that means, what I mean by that is that if you have a look at how things work on Amazon, and what I've found on Amazon is that the lower the rank or the lower the BSR number, the higher it sells. So if you want to do really, really well, we have a low BSR number. That's the strategies. The lower your BSR, the higher your product sales volume. So if you're wondering if you're going to make money or if your product's going to sell, go on junglescout.com. That's one strategy. See the volume of it. See the products moving. And number 3 is choose products with a low number of reviews. So don't go into things that are competing at the moment and just not things that are too competitive. And make sure that you don't go into things where there's tens of thousands of reviews. The lower the number of reviews, the less competition there is in that category. So how much should you spend? Well, my advice is this, is put $500 to $1,000 on each item. So if you have $5,000 to spend, buy 10 items. If you have $10,000 to spend, buy 20 items.
It's like placing small bets and you test the market safely.
Right. So imagine going into Vegas, going to the casino and playing, roulette as opposed to blackjack. On blackjack, you put all your money on one hand and you win or lose. With roulette, you can put multiple bets down. So the name of the game is not to win the house. It's just to make one of your numbers come up. So if you can put down 3, 5, 10 products and even small numbers on the products and see they work on Amazon, then you'll work. And if you do this right the way I teach, you should hit it 7 out of 10 times. Sometimes you won't be lucky, you'll get 6. Sometimes you'll knock it apart and get 9. You will never get 10. And that's okay, because you won't lose money. Well, you will lose money on the 10th one or the 9th one or the 8th one that doesn't work, but you won't lose much. Because you're still going to sell it. You just might have to drop the price to 20, 30, 40% less than your cost. It will sell on Amazon. Right?
A lot of people think you need to spend thousands on your initial stock, and it's really not the case, and it's not how, even nowadays, Brendan's actually going to China in 2 days' time.
Yeah, I'm off on, today's Wednesday here in Australia.
He's going on Friday.
I'm going on Friday.
And this is what he still does. He buys in low quantities, and it's what we call our proof of concept method.
Right. No, I'm selling
test the market.
99% of the large majority of my products are all on Amazon.com. Amazon's just opened in Australia, but what I teach works. I've got lots of American students like Mario and Sharona, who you'll hear about later. And when you have proven winners, you just roll them out and you go bigger. And it can be smart to target a niche market and sell products to them, and look for people who are passionate about something and are generally cashed up, and then find out more and more products to sell them. So where do we find products? Step 1, how do we get started? As well, we just have one question: why buy when you can drop ship? I'm going to just jump into that one. How do you pronounce that name? How do you say that?
Is it Kira?
Kira, yeah, I think that's a Kira.
Kira or Kiara? I'm sorry if we're mispronouncing that.
That's awesome. That's a good question. Well, you can drop ship, but the problem with drop shipping is that you don't make the kind of margins that you'll make. So the drop shipper, the way drop shipping works is you send your traffic to someone else's product, right? And then someone buys it off your website, say it's a Shopify site, and then they send the product to the customer, so you're not stuck with the stock. But guess what? You still have to pay for the traffic. You still have to pay to get the person to the product. So you have to pay for something. I prefer paying for the product for 2 reasons. Firstly, if you own the product, right, then you can get a higher margin. And the other thing is you control it. Because here's the thing, if someone comes and buys because you've drop shipped an item but they don't fulfill it, then you're the one. The agreement's between you and the customer. You can't go to the customer, well, they didn't deliver, it's their fault. The buck stops with you, right? So that's why I don't love drop shipping. It is a model that, it works. It is a proven model. But it's not what I do. It's not what I'm an expert in. I'm an expert in Amazon. I've done very well at it. I like to think my students have done very well as well. So
a lot of people feel drop shipping is an easier place to start. But if you take it one step further and learn how to import, you'll make much bigger margins.
Right. And you don't have to buy 1 million. You can just buy 10. The reason why you don't drop ship, the reason why people drop ship is they don't know how to import. That's really it. And we'll show you how to import. So it's fine. Awesome. So here's 2 options. Option one is that, you can find products in China. A popular place to start is the world famous Canton Fair. That's where people go to find their products. That's in April and October. That's in a city called Guangzhou. But what most people don't know is there's a city called Yiwu. I'm not even going to Guangzhou on this trip on Friday.
Nope. I'm
going to Yiwu to do. Oh, I forgot to mention as well. We've got a lot of cool questions here. We're going to have a Q&A at the end. If you would like me to stay back today with Sam and answer your questions, because Sam's a expert in her field as well, just say Q&A, and I'll stay back. We will finish the content at the prescribed time, but I'll stay back as well. So if you want a Q&A with me, I'll stay back for you. Just write Q&A in the box, and I'll do that for you. Just save some questions for me. So what I recommend, though, is there's a city called Yiwu. Write this down. So if you're in America right now and you want to go and sell, buy some products, you want to go to China, you can go to this city called Yiwu, because in Yiwu, in the Canton Fair, you must buy thousands or containers of an item. But in Yiwu, you can buy 1 or 10 or 100 of an item. That's how I do it. I go and I'll find literally 20 products. I'll put 500 on each product. I'll spend 10,000. I'll come back and I'll see which ones work, and then I'll do that. So,
and we've got a lot of requests for Q&A, which is awesome. So, guys, what we'd say is then please just hold off from posting any additional questions in the chat, but keep them all stored up in your mind or write them down, and in the Q&A at the end, post away, and I'll make sure we get to all of them.
Yeah, awesome. And if you do, ignore Sam's message and do post a question, I'll try and answer it for you. Awesome. So where to find products? So option 2 is you go to Alibaba, Made in Sources, Global Sources. If you got your phone on, you take a photo of this slide. I'll give you guys a few seconds to do that while I have a sip of water, because this is where you're going to find your products you're going to sell on Amazon. So go ahead and do that.
But there are a lot of great places to find products. It's like once you know where to get them.
Exactly. So I've got some questions. So look, do you think that you could, make money if you're selling products which meet this formula? Do you understand the importance of, and could you, use websites and processes I gave you to find products? Alibaba, Global Sources, Made in China. So how to get your product from China? You find it on those websites. You just need to take care to get this right. There's a process to make sure, you find your goods at the right price and, from a trusted supplier, and it's checked. And what's my goal and why do I do this? Well, it's my goal for you to know how to get your products ordered and into the warehouse with little as fast possible. And, you need to get pricing. You need to find factories which produce the goods you want. Google's your friend, and eliminate the cheapest and most expensive product before buying other ones. You should never import your goods without getting samples. And what I say to you is you can check that they're the right quality and master product before you can compare your goods at the end. So before you pay for your goods from China, just buy, 1 or 2 samples. See the factory are doing a good quality production. A lot of people screw this up. If I were to look at my students who've come to me after they've made if they've made mistakes and then they've come to me and become a student, the biggest mess up they've made is they've just sent money to the factory without getting a sample. And that's probably, I'd say 50% of the mistakes they make. So don't screw that one up. And if you know how to do this properly, factories will send you goods for free. So build the relationship with the factory. It's very, very important. The Chinese are often thought to be cold, tough negotiators. If you've been watching the news, you've seen Donald Trump, the president, on the news. He's mentioning China are there and they're, ruining the American economy and they're tough negotiators. Well, I've been to China and I can tell you that it's not the case, that the people in China are just as warm, as Americans. They're just as friendly and they're just like you and me. They're people with families who just want to succeed and they want to survive and they want to thrive. And I don't look at Chinese and Americans and Australians. I think we're all humans. And I think that if you go past the layer that we're taught by our governments to be, different and divided, you'll find that we're all quite similar. And I never find that as much as when I go to China and meet the people at the factories that produce my goods. And I love paying my money to China to buy my goods because I know I'm supporting families over there. And I know when I sell my goods in America, I know that I'm getting them at a good price, which means that people can afford to live with their money. And also I'm making money and I'm supporting, the people in my life as well.
And of course, there are some cultural differences just to be aware of. We actually teach that in our program a little bit. But Elaine, who you guys saw at the beginning, who's helping us with tech today, she's actually our marketing manager, and she just got back from Guangzhou, visiting the Canton Fair and Yiwu markets because she is building her own importing business up at the moment, which we're really, really excited about. But yeah, I've been numerous times. It's an awesome place. Just a few things to be aware of. But
Should I tell them the story about the kangaroo? Okay.
There's a great story about
Okay,
this.
so you guys know I'm from Australia, and I'm an Amazon seller in America, and I back then I was selling on eBay, and what happened on eBay was I was buying these motorcycles for $150, and I wanted a discount, so I went to a factory. I went to a souvenir store at the airport, and I bought a toy kangaroo for $50. It was absolutely massive, stuffed with little pellets or whatever it is. It took up half of my suitcase. So I went to the factory, and I thought I'd make a friend with the factory owner. So I gave them a little kangaroo with a bow. I said, "This is for you. This is a gift for your son, actually." So he took the kangaroo with a smile, said thank you, and then he picked up the kangaroo and he burst out laughing for 5 whole minutes. I couldn't figure out what was so funny. Check this out. It turned out that his brother-in-law actually owned the factory that manufactured the kangaroos. And like an idiot, like a chump, I paid full retail price and shipped it back to the factory next to the one it was created, right?
And you bought it from those super expensive airport souvenir stores.
Right, and no prizes for guessing what it said on the bottom of the kangaroo. It said, made in China, right? So the guy laughed at me. But did this ruin my relationship because I looked like an idiot? No, it helped it because the other guy laughed. He thought I was a funny guy. And now we're chatting all the time on the chat when I place an order. And he likes dealing with me. It's fun for him to deal with me. I enjoy dealing with him. My day's happy. It's not a supplier, a customer. It's a friend. Awesome. Cool. So now what I want to do is, should I give away one of my best strategies, Elaine? What do you reckon?
Yeah, give it away.
Give it away? Okay. So this is a strategy called piggybacking. I usually only teach this at our paid workshops in Sydney, in Australia. And what I'm going to do, because you're here and you've given up your most precious asset tonight, which is not your money, it's your time, I'm going to be sharing this with you. And the way it works is this. So the strategy is called piggybacking. So I was paying $150 for these motorcycles. And I went to the factory. I said, "Could you please reduce your price?" And they said, "Sure, Mr. Brendan, we can reduce the price." But back then I was doing 1,000 motorcycles a month. And that's a lot in a country like Australia. You guys have, 250, 300 million. We've only got 23 million people in Australia. And I was doing 1,000 a month. Well, it turned out the American customer was doing 10,000, right? Whatever we're doing, you guys do it 10 times bigger because your country is just massive and your economy is the biggest in the world. And that's a fact. And I found out, I said, well, how much will I pay if I buy the same as the American company? And they said, well, Brendan, if you buy 10,000 motorcycles like the American company, we'll put 10,000 engines from the engine factory, 10,000 carburetors from the carburetor factory, 10,000 clutches from the clutch factory, and 20,000 tires from the tire factory. And we'll just charge you an assembly margin. I say, great. How much is the assembly margin? And they said, look, the assembly margin, if we do it for you, we can sell you the goods for half the price, right? So anyone here want to tell me what half of $150 is? Go ahead, type that in now, because that's what I was paying. Of course, it was $75. So so I got really excited, and I said to the factory, could you please, give me the same? And they said no problem, but you need to do those quantities, right? And that was absolutely awesome. So I did those, but I couldn't do those quantities. I just couldn't do it, right? And I said, well, here's what I want you to do. When the Americans place their order for 10,000, instead of making 10,000, I want you to make 11,000. I want you to give 10,000 of those bikes back to the American company, and then I want you to give me 1,000. I want you to charge me what you charge them. I want you to charge me $75. And I then heard a voice on the other side of the phone, a voice I'll never forget. The voice on the other side of the phone said, huh? And there was an argument back and forth between the factory owner and the manager. And it was they came back to me and they said, Brendan, listen, we can't sell you the bikes for $75, but we can sell you the bikes for $80. So I got a huge discount using the power of piggybacking, which I am super excited to share that strategy with you. So $75 is what I paid. So now placing your order, and what I recommend is tell them that you have studied the contract. And I studied Chinese contract law, and I find it really easy to deal with the factories because I know how to get a Chinese contract created. So you'll get to use that contract as well. And one thing I'll say, it's going to take forever for you guys to get your contracts done and to get things up and running. And that'll be great. Can we just turn the sound off just for a second here? All right, 1 second. And what I'm going to do is, hang on 1 sec. All right, that's better. So look, one of the reasons why people work with us is that we have contracts which we get done for our students, right? And we'll show you how you can just copy that as well. So when you place an order with the factory, make sure you have a contract. You need to agree on your golden sample with the factory. When you pay the factory, the biggest mistake people make is they get a sample, but you need to get the sample, but you should only pay a deposit of 30% up front. And this is where most people screw up, is they pay 100% up front. So you need to pay a deposit of 30% and then a balance of 70%.
And that's how you keep your leverage. If you give them all of your money, you can't come back at them.
Yeah.
Can you explain the golden sample maybe?
Well, the golden sample is that, you get the sample from the factory, and then when they produce it, you've only paid 30%. When the goods are ready, you then get the sample of the finished product and you compare it to the one you originally got. And if it's crap and it doesn't compare, you don't pay the factory the 70%. So that's very important. So how do you know if it's good or it's crap? Well, you send an inspection team for $200-300, and that really helps. The other thing is you want to just use a customs agent. The customs agent will tell you, if the product's legal, if it's got a tariff and how to get around the tariff. And that's very important. We provide our members with customs agents that will help them. And I have some questions for you. So, the profits are there for the taking. It doesn't make sense to follow a process and eliminate most of the risk as you go. Do you guys like the piggybacking strategy? If you like that strategy, say yes. Let me know you enjoyed it. Let me know you liked it. And do you see how your relationship with the factory, like I talked about the kangaroos, can be so critical for your success? And do you see why having the right people is so important to your success? So how to sell on Amazon? Well, Amazon is huge. I mean, really, really enormous. So there are 244 million active buyers. In 2016, there was 180 billion people on Amazon. It's absolutely massive. And Amazon ships 608 million packages every year, which is 1.6 million packages a day. And Amazon uses 45,000 robots in their warehouse to get their packages on the road within 24 to 36 hours. You guys know about Prime and how big it is as well. Terrence says, very interesting. Joe, this says, I need the piggybacking on paper. All of them
we teach that, Joe, so Jose, don't worry.
So inside an Amazon warehouse, one thing I reckon, look, have a look at this. Talk about the size and the scope of some of the places in Amazon. Look, in Australia we have warehouses in here, but they're not even close to how big they are over in China. It's absolutely massive. Look at the robots that Amazon have. They've now it's amazing. They've now got drones. They've got Amazon Prime Air that delivers products by air. So this is how huge it is.
It's just incredible.
You guys just see the package arrive at your doorstep, but what you don't realize, or what you may realize, is that they've got a robot army. So imagine for a second if all the sales that you saw, let's just go back and have a look at, this is one of their warehouses.
It's our favorite picture, by the way.
That's a warehouse in Connecticut. And there's ones everywhere in America. There's just so many of them. Well, look, imagine if all the sales for just 1 minute, of there just went to you. And 1 minute out of every 1 hour, out of every day out of an entire year, you would sell $342,000 worth of goods, which would put you in the top 1% of American income earners. So the question is this: can you make money on Amazon? Yes, you bet you can make money on Amazon.
Who's the world's richest man?
Jeff Bezos.
And what does he own?
He owns Amazon, and he has over $100 billion. So he's beaten Bill Gates and Warren Buffett because he's on Amazon. That's just how big it is.
Some people can't see the pictures. There might just be like a little delay on the slides, but they should appear.
What I'll do, I'll end the slideshow and I'll restart it. So that should work as well. All right. Can you do that? Can you sort that out? And I'll just do that. I know some people might not be able to see it.
We've called in Elaine from Tech Guys, and an interesting thing. for many other reasons. So she's just going to fix that because those pictures are so impressive. Yes, Dave, there
on Amazon. Most sellers don't have a clue how to sell on Amazon, and they're missing their true potential. I see listing on Amazon which are absolutely just killer, that they could make so much more money as well. List your product properly and get these 3 listing essentials right, which I'll tell you. And here's how it works. Amazon is not the only show in town, and one thing I'll share with you is, you know, there's eBay, there's Shopify, there's Craigslist, right? These are all different things. There's lots of smaller options, including your own website. So Amazon trounces them all. Amazon's like, out of every $2 spent in America online, $1 spent. So on Amazon,
50%.
So Amazon's your first priority. We'll show you how to do all of them. Here's what a great listing looks. You know, the really pretty photos with the background. We'll show you how to do that as well. And listing essential images. Well, Amazon's a visual medium, so your products need to look really good. You'll often get photos with your product. There's a software out there you can use to clean up your images very, very simply, which we'll talk about. And I'll show you some of this is one of my products. I'm going to show you what I'm doing. I'm not just making this up or blowing out of my butt. This is a rainfall shower head. It's got all these different photos. It takes the chemicals out so that you don't end up having all the chemicals with you. And it's got all the different parts to it as well. Listing essentials. Start your title with a common search term. There are different product categories as well. Have different rules about how they can be. And aim to get as much information in as possible, in as little space as possible. That's really my strategy. So have a look at this. Universal shower filter by Qualware, purifies water, removes chlorine, fluoride, and sediments, comes with 1 replacement cartridge. So you've got to be very thin. List features of your product, but then describe the benefits. People buy benefits over the features, right? People buy benefits. Think about this. Everyone's favorite radio station, do you know what that is, Sam?
I know the Australian one.
The Australian one, in America and Australia and the whole world, it's WIFM. WIFM. What's in it for me?
Okay.
Right? What's in it for me? So you've got to talk about the benefits for people as well. So you can build your own brand of product for only a few dollars, and that will increase your profits substantially. But create your own brand name, and you, there's like the wine cups as well, and now actually with the gardening kits as well. Once they start selling really, really well, you then pay the factory a little bit more, 5-10% more than the cost of the item. So if it's a $5 item, you'll pay them 50 cents more. That will get you a beautiful color box with all the sexiness, right? So that people will pay way more for it, and that moves your listing up solidly.
But you don't need to do that until your 3rd order, which is what you usually teach.
To your 3rd order,
so don't get caught up on that.
Yeah, and once it's successful, good call, Sam. And you look more exclusive, and you can sell more products with your brand to the same audience. That's very a huge tip for you as well. So some questions for you. Do you think you could sell more products than your competitors by having the best listing in your category? If you think so, say yes. Could you follow basic and proven templates and rules to create amazing sales listings with huge number of huge sales potentials? If so, please say yes. And do you think a popular product and a lower purchase price and a higher sale price is a recipe for a winning business? If so, just say yes. So I'm going to repeat that. Do you think a popular product with a lower purchase price, because we'll show you how to do it cheaper, and a high sales price is a recipe for a winning business? Say yes. And then you rinse and repeat. Look at all the people. Shadi says yes.
Alfonso, Tamika, Shadi, Dave, yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
So now you've got a formula for finding, importing, and selling one product, and now you can turn it into success. There are 3 ways to grow. I'll show them now to you. You wash, rinse, and repeat. So it's a fun business. However, you should follow the rules to make more money and make your life easier. So how to grow your listings? Well, the first way to grow is to optimize your existing product. So test different images, try different wording, improve your customer reviews by responding quickly to customer inquiries. Grow number 2. Well, find new products. So find new things to sell your existing customers in your market. Find new items your buyers will like. List them and use your branding to create a set of products, not just one-off products. And that's a range across many things. And way number 3 is repeat the process for entirely new products. So now you know what you're doing and you've optimized your existing products and sold more products to your existing buyers, you can repeat the process for brand new products. Remember, what's popular today won't be necessarily popular tomorrow, or new competitors can come in and undercut your pricing. So you always need to be rolling out new products. Very important. And my question is this. What do you want? Do you want to be a one-hit wonder or create a sustainable business which keeps growing? So if that's the case, type the word growing as well. And do you see how repeating the success of your first product can double the size of your business by watch, rinsing, and repeating? Say yes. And do you see how it is important to have the right people guiding you? So you will be heads and shoulders above this other sellers. People who do this say yes. So growing says Dave. Olivia says growing. Karen says yes. Quinna says growing. Wonderful.
Lido, love it.
Lido, love it. And I'm sorry if my accent makes me sound like if I'm talking a bit fast. I'm just so excited and passionate about all of this as well. Look at all the people saying
growing.
Yes. Wonderful.
Long term is what you want. And I think, guys, just real quick, the essence of the rinse and repeat is that, look, this is a business that you really can learn. And like anything, the more that you do it over and over with your second, third, fourth order, it just becomes easier and easier, and it becomes automatic. You know how to find a product, how to research it, how to deal with suppliers, how to get your listings right. So that's why we say the wash, rinse, repeat. It's simpler as you go.
Yeah, awesome. All right, what we've covered so far, a framework to quickly helping you source, import, and sell products over and over again on Amazon. What we've covered so far, the 3 golden rules for choosing products with a massive chance of becoming winners. The power of finding a niche to sell more products to, where you can find hot products in either China or simply by logging onto the internet. We've covered how to secure high-quality goods for the best possible price from a trusted supplier, all compliant and checked. We've also covered what it takes to turn the Chinese, known to be the toughest negotiators, as Donald Trump would tell you, into big, soft, treaty bears who'll bend over backwards to help you. We've covered a special way to piggyback off people's orders and slash the price of paying. And understand,
it's a great technique, right?
It's easy in America to do piggybacking. It's hard in Australia, and I managed to do it. So you guys have this. We've also covered how to protect yourself when you place orders using our contracts. And we've covered the 3 essentials to nail your listings when you list it on Amazon to get the best price. And we've also covered a special way to boost your profits by 50%. 47 to 58% is our statistic by creating your own brand. And I have a question for you right now, and I want everyone out of the hundreds of people who are watching right now, I want you, and that means you, and I'm talking to you, do you now feel more comfortable with your ability to make money importing from China for a low price and selling them on Amazon for a higher price? I'm going to ask you again, do you feel now more comfortable with your ability to import goods from China for a low price and sell them on Amazon for a higher price? So if that is the case, I want you to say yes, and I want you to communicate that with me.
Miguel says yes. Angela, Belva, Priscilla, Raquel, Christy, Jeremy, love it.
Okay. And is it fair to say the techniques you've learned so far will give you a huge advantage over other sellers on Amazon? So
and
if that's
it's like
the case,
just knowing what to do. A lot of people go on and just like have a crack at it, you know, and they'll throw a listing up. They won't get their photos, their listings right. Just knowing a few tips and tricks can give you a
hell
massive,
yes, says Shaddy.
a massive edge.
Awesome. Yes, 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 says Lee too. Not yet, says Gonzalez. Well, we'll get you there.
We'll get you there.
We'll get you there as well. And do you see how this is something you could actually do yourself, like Mario, like Matt and Isaac? If so, if you can see yourself having an Amazon business, say yes. And are you excited to go out and make this happen, to see, you know, what wonderful things it can create in your life? So, look, you've got 2 choices at this point. You know, I've absolute confidence you could take everything we've covered here tonight, go out on your own, put into action, and get the results you previously thought were not possible. I'm certain with just the information we've covered on this webinar tonight, that if you were left on your own, with your own resources, your own time and effort, you could make a go of this and succeed in a way most people would only dream of. And if this were your only option, would be a fantastic idea to pursue. But my question is this: what if there was another option? An option where we could go at this together, an opportunity to go deeper than we've been able to do in the last, 45 minutes on this webcast by connecting just one time. And what if I played an active role in your results? If I took responsibility in your success and had an obligation to make sure you succeed, how would that make things different? Do you think if we did, I could empower you with all the resources at my disposal to put the cards seriously in your favor and make success all but inevitable? If that's the case, say yes. If I had all the shortcuts. I've been importing since 2001. I've been teaching people how to do it since 2009. And if I had all the shortcuts, the systems, the support people, the additional insights to go even deeper and more thoroughly into getting you the results you desire, which you frankly deserve. If I had such an option for you, would you love to hear more about it and what it could do for you? If that's the case, say yes. Lita says that'll be awesome. Yes, let's go. Wonderful. Well, this is why I've got a great pleasure to introduce you to the Ultimate Importers program, the fastest way to build your Amazon business from home, and how to buy products less than factory price and create massive products every month on Amazon. So it's an immersive training, a complete structured program, how to source, how to import, how to sell from China on Amazon, all online so you can access it quickly and work through it and follow the steps as you do. Session structured so you follow them and actually put what you learn into action, and don't just take a bunch of useless notes and good ideas. You actually build the business as you go, and everything you ever need to know immediately, because it's all online. So anywhere you are, any question you have, anywhere, anytime, in your lunch break, on your computer, your iPad, your iPhone, you can train where you are, anywhere. This is Dave. He writes Bite-Sized Chunks Made Easy. I used to work full-time as a project manager for an IT company, earning good money, but you can always use more. I was so busy with my job, I originally waited a year before I started importing. I was also worried I didn't have enough knowledge. Thanks to Brennan's guidance, I didn't have to wait any longer. The way Brennan broke it into bite-sized chunks made easy. He showed me step-by-step how to negotiate, how to receive the goods, and how to pay for them. Now I have a second stream of income, and my girlfriend has now also started importing her swimwear and fashion accessories. I'm hoping soon to quit my job. I just wish I started earlier, right? And when you're a part of the program, at any time, a great opportunity presents itself where you know this business will transform your life and hand you the lifestyle you want and richly deserve. You burst into action with a new energy, a new sense of confidence, knowing you have a full set of steps to follow to make your dream a reality. Well, there's a monthly coaching webinar, an online webinar with my team, and it's every month where we go deep into the latest techniques, where we reveal the latest hot-selling goods and answer your questions live on the call. Experts from all over the world join me on these calls to share their most tightly held advice. What they share on these calls is rarely shared with anyone, and the only way to hear it is to be on these calls. They're recorded and saved in the vault, so if you can't watch it, if something comes up, you can listen to them over and over and over again, making sure you never miss a second of this world-class education, and of course, giving you access to the advice whenever you need it. And after monthly webinars, you're going to finish each monthly webinar with the newest, latest techniques on importing and selling on Amazon. You'll be armed with the latest ideas direct from my team and my people, and the people who mentor me, that teach me, along with my business partners and my experts in advertising, product sourcing, and importing. You'll be ready to quickly put everything into action and make your business and product pocket even more money into your pocket. There's full support. You get access to my personal handpicked team of experts who are successful in their field and answer any questions you have. You get my personal Rolodex, all the people that you'll need, right? Proven that they will help with what they do, including shipping, logistics, warehousing, inspections, right? Businesses you can rely on, and monthly support webinars with our team, with myself, where we go into the latest techniques, where I reveal the latest hot selling products that you can get answered on the webinar. It's a scalable business, a business you can do from home. I just love that this is Lauren, and she writes, I just love it. She sells on Amazon, US, Amazon.com. She sells a toy that goes in the back of the car. That's all she'll let me actually say. I can't give away more. Yeah. I just love that this is an incredibly scalable business model. The future is bright, as now that the systems and foundations are laid, I can just keep adding more products, more marketplaces, more websites, and in more countries. All of which comes to more money in the bank, a sellable business asset, and all executed at pace I control, whilst I enjoy still being a mum at home. That's Lauren. That's her husband Steve, and he gets to be the stay-at-home dad. Nice work if you can get it, would you agree? And my team and I at your disposal, we love what we do. We live and breathe it. We love importing, but I actually adore teaching. It's way more fun for me than importing. That's why I do it. I love connecting with people and meeting people. And, you know, my team and I at your disposal, we have the most powerful and comprehensive team of experts at your disposal, including my logistics experts based in the US and my inspection team on the ground in China, which will get your goods from China, high quality, to Amazon. You'll be able to pick up the phone when you need and talk, with the best people on the planet to help you get your goods from China. And they'll give you the same rates they offer me, right, which are really, really good And it's an investment. Like importing has generated over millions of dollars in sales, and give me the lifestyle most people envy. I mean, Sam, we went back in January.
Yeah.
Where did we go?
Amazing. So we started off in Sydney. We went to Bali.
Yep.
We went to Thailand. We went diving. We went to Spain. We went to London. And that was actually my first time in America. I was so excited. We went to Vegas. We went to New York. We went on a Caribbean cruise with a bunch of marketers.
Fort Lauderdale.
Yep,
Miami.
Miami.
And then we went to Miami. Yep.
Yep.
And then where we went to, which islands?
St. Kitts, St. Martin's.
Puerto Rico.
It was amazing.
Cool. Yeah. Which is awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. And we always go around and we do these trips and we take, probably a third of the year off.
Yeah.
I get bored we could take off more, but I get bored if I'm not working.
Brendan does get very bored quite easily. And the thing is, guys, if you're running a successful online product sales business, you will, once it's successful, you'll have a lot of free time. And people like Brendan can't sit around. So we often get asked, why do you teach this if you're making so much money importing? Because you do have free time and you want to do it, you want to use it meaningful.
It's generated millions of dollars for me. And in terms of investment, like in the hands of people like Mario, what we taught and what we do was worth $24,000, $25,000 in 20 minutes. In terms of Matt and Isaac, Matt's we got the same hairdresser, as you could probably see. In the hands of people like Matt and Isaac, it's $1,000 into a $30,000 a month enterprise. And recently we sold out a room of people from all over the world that paid $3,500 to learn how it's done step by step. That there is in Mario, we ran out a live event. Which people paid $3,500 to be at. And recently, we added up what everything, including our education, our boot camps, our access to the experts, our monthly support webinars, access to my coaches, all the bonus material was worth. And we added up, and it was over $16,000. It was actually $16,335 in value. That's if you actually, went to our website and bought it all individually, right? And the exciting news is that today, however, if you act quickly, you can get in a special one-time investment of $997. We've also got a 3-pay option of $397 when you click the button on the link below. And the link there, I'm just going to open up for you, is here. So I'm going to allow that open. There it is now. And that will open now. Unfortunately, we don't keep up the link for... There you go. Awesome. That's a link there. I've also put it here for you. I'm going to put it in the chat bar as well for you. And that way you can, sometimes if you're on an iPad or an iPhone, then you might be in a situation where you need to actually click on this link as opposed to the little box that may not pop up if you are on a thing. So I'm just going to display that there. All right, cool. And that will it. And here's what you get. And I'll just be clear as well. But best of all, by signing up right away, you're going to get your hands on some extra special bonuses, which are the first people who join up today are going to get. And these are the bonuses you're going to get if you get in before this. And here's what it is. We've got some questions, so we'll have a Q&A shortly as well. But there's going to be a recording of the boot camp. So things change quickly with Amazon. So instead of you having to pay $3,500 and fly to the boot camp in Australia to watch it, we've got a recording of it. So you'll be able to watch that recording. We update it all the time. So things change strictly with Amazon. So you're going to need to keep up to date with the latest ways to create more money. Twice a year, all our members in Australia get together. We share the latest cutting edge strategies and ideas. So as this goes, you're going to get a recording. That's going to be a special bonus we're going to give you as well. And no matter how hard they concentrate or how many notes they take, there's no way you can grasp it all. So we recorded it. We made that available to you. So what we're going to do is we're going to give you access to the bootcamp we just recorded.
Yep.
And there's one coming up in 2 months from now. And when that's up online and recorded, we're going to give that to you as well.
And we've flown an expert speaker, actually, Casey Dean from LA, who's an amazing Amazon seller and marketer in the States.
Yep.
And yeah, so the bootcamp videos are amazing.
Awesome. And they're experts on hand when you need them that can pull up their plan, their presentation. It's going to be a fresh perspective as you grow your business, right? And every bootcamp recording goes into the vault, so you can watch them anytime that you need. It's also the latest money-making ideas at your fingertips. So with the recordings, you'll be able to review everything you learned again and again, take new notes, press pause, discuss what you're learning with your partner, and take steps to learn. You're also in control of implementing the ideas that you have. Plus, you'll get lifetime access to the boot camps, right? And if we ever put on a live stream, then we're going to include that as well. The next thing that I want to share with you as well is just going to the next slide to share with you is that, thank you, is bonus 2 is get your ideas created in China. So sometimes you can get your ideas made in China. So let's say you've got an original idea and you want to have something unique created as well. And that means no one else will be selling on Amazon. Well, the exact steps to having your product created, who to talk to, how to get a prototype built are in our program, and how to protect your intellectual property. And you have access to the people who can help you every step of as well. Imagine having your own unique product on Amazon, right, that no one else is selling. Imagine with this lady in Australia who has the hot sauce that sells $8 million of hot sauce, right, that she got.
And the stores turned her down. They wouldn't let us sell
it. They wouldn't
because
it had
of
a
the
weird name. Can we say the name?
I think we can say the name. If you're offended by swear words, block your ears for a moment.
Yeah, it's called shit the bed hot sauce. It's so hot that it makes you crap the bed. So that's she makes $8 million, but that's a silly item. But imagine you had a serious item that you could import. Well, imagine you could be Elon Musk or Steve Jobs, you know, taking your product. So they're the bonuses. According to the bootcamp, you get your ideas created in China. Bonus 3 as well. Can we just test the link is working all right? As well, go through and just test that link now. As well, add new streams of income from eBay and Shopify. Sell on 2 other powerful platforms like eBay, Shopify, which might not be as big as Amazon. However, once you've got the system run on Amazon, it's easy to create sales on these other platforms as well. So we're going to show you how to do it on eBay and also on Shopify. So these are 2 additional programs which we're giving away. We tell you to start on Amazon, but then go for there. Amazon's warehouse to sell your goods on other platforms. So Amazon will store your goods and sell them to your Shopify customers or your eBay. They'll ship it for you to your eBay and Shopify customers as well. Thank you. Step-by-step training by authorities on eBay and Shopify to give you all the help you need. Another bonus, so creating extra streams of income. So there's nothing better than seeing money flowing into your bank account from Amazon, except seeing it flow in from Amazon and eBay and Shopify all at the same time. Right, once you've got your product selling on Amazon, you're 95% of the way there to selling on these 2 platforms. So it's really like money for jam. So the hard part is to get it up on Amazon, then do the others. So the third bonus is add new streams of income from eBay. Now, here's my guarantee for you is this, is that you have full 12 months to go through everything and start your business. And in the unlikely event, you show me you did something. Now, this is a condition. You got to get your finger out of your butt and off the couch. Right, you can't just watch reruns of Judge Judy, right, and watch Ellen. You got to do the work.
I love
If you did something to make it happen, and you don't make your investment, then contact Book Action on the information and attended, you know, all of the coaching calls you'll get over the next 12 months. I'll happily refund you twice your investment back. So that would be instead of $900, right, $1,000, I'll give you back close to $2,000.
And that's because we know it works if you use it, but that's the thing you have to do. You actually have to take action. It's not something that you have to go through the modules of our program, all of them, before you can do anything. You do one, then you action it. You do a step and you action it.
So you might be asking yourself, is this business right for me? So there's a bit of a checklist that we have here. So the first question I have is, do you feel a moral and ethical responsibility to help yourself and your family create the best lifestyle possible? If that's the case, and if you do, then this is for you. Do you feel like having all the information from the world's top experts in importing and selling on Amazon would give you a huge unfair advantage over all the other sellers on Amazon? If you do, then this is for you. Do you believe that it's a smart idea to have access to these kinds of people to push your business rapidly forward? If so, this is for you. And does your heart tell you this is the opportunity that will change life? Of course it does. Otherwise, you wouldn't be sitting here watching this. Look, you know that Amazon is the biggest store in the world. You know Jeff Bezos is the richest person in the world. And you know that the products are sold by people just like you. So why not you? So sign up now. Click on the button that we have here. Go to the link. And it's the Ultimate Importers program. It's instantly available. Once you join, you get instant access. You don't have to wait for them. The system immediately lets you in to see everything. So it's $997. If that's a bit of a stretch, then we've been able to work out a 3-pay. So you can just get started for $397. It is for a limited time. This is a program, just so you know, that we ran in Australia, a seminar last night, right? And people in Australia, for the similar program to you, were paying $4,997 Australian dollars. Now, just to convert that into US dollars, that's 3,497 American dollars, right? You're getting the same thing they're getting for $997. The only difference is that instead of they're attending the boot camp live in Sydney, which you watch the videos. So that's a $2,500 saving for watching the videos. If you want to come to Australia and meet us and come to our workshop, you can.
We'd love you to.
We'd love you to, but there's no need for that. And this is something I've never offered this before at this price. This is something people pay 5,000 Australian dollars for. You'll get access to that. So it's $16,000 worth of value that we typically charge $5,000 for. And if you sign up now, here are some bonuses just to make it extra exciting. It's an immersive training, a complete structured program of how to source, import, and sell products and goods from China on Amazon. You'll get access to my hand-picked team of experts who will successfully import and help you, and an online webinar with me and all my experts every month where we go deep into the latest techniques, where I reveal the latest hot selling goods and answer questions live on the call. You get access to my personal hand-picked team of experts, all importers on their own, who can answer your questions as well, and you'll get my personal Rolodex with monthly coaching. So bonus 1, recordings of the bootcamp. 2, get your goods created in China. 3, add new streams of income as well. So that's I'm going to leave that up now, and what we're going to do as well, just test that thing here. Yep, awesome. Cool. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go to a Q&A, and I'm going to answer all of your questions for the Q&A. So what we're going to do, I'm going to invite you now. I'm going to put the camera back on as well, and you'll be able to see me, and we can go through some questions. So we'll put the camera up now, and let's do that, and then I'll go through your questions. And just remember, these bonuses are only available till the end of the Q&A. Once that is done, we won't be able to give you all those bonuses. So that is up to Are you a bit far? I'll put the camera back a little bit. That way we can get all of us there. So go ahead. I'm just going to scroll up here in my chat box so I can read the questions that people have. So go ahead and jump in with your questions. Thank you for this, says Tamika. That's all right. We are here to help. So go ahead and do that. Perfect. Awesome.
Oh, okay. So we actually had a really good question that I can start with from Melvin. And Melvin was asking about inspections. And, oh, that's good. Thank you. Elaine's also now in lighting, which is great. That was in our eyes. And Melvin was asking, do you recommend sending in a product inspector before the goods ship out? And then asked, even if the units are in small quantity for a test trial. Brendan? I said yes.
Yeah, that's what you do.
And because I mentioned Melvin, I'd actually tell a story. So in October last year, I was over in Yiwu in China and just wanting to myself, coaches on the program, and to learn more about the business, I went along to our warehouse and I was part of the inspections for 18 of Brendan's new products. So the inspection teams were there and they're cutting everything open and they're standing there with their little clipboards, and one of the products was wrong. It was a shower head that was supposed to be stainless steel and they were all plastic. Now, as to whose error it was it the supplier trying to rip us off because it was a new supplier?
Maybe.
You don't know. Was it an innocent mistake, just a difference on the paperwork? You don't know. But I got to see that having our inspection team there, they just kind of took notes and said, yep, that's obviously an error, and documented it all, took pictures and said, yep, we'll have that fixed by the end of the day. And it was something that I just thought it was a catastrophe, and then they fixed it so quickly. So we would say yes, but if you were, say, to work with the same supplier and you're up to, say, then your 4th or 5th order with them, you now have like a relationship of trust, and I would say at that point you wouldn't need to do it kind of every time.
Yeah, and I just want to say well done to Tammy. And to Bradley, who've joined us. And I can see people who've joined us. We look forward to joining you on the program, whatever the level is as well. So well done. I'm super excited.
Awesome,
for you guys.
Welcome to the program.
And we'll be training you. And Peter as well, who's just, I can see, has joined us as well. So well done, guys. Congratulations.
Thank you, Shadi. Thank you.
We're going to be
really
looking
lovely.
after you. You're going to be. You don't understand the value of what you've got. We just really are going to over deliver some really cool stuff as well. So we're going to be here for another 10-15 minutes. So that means the bonuses will still be here as we get those. So congratulations to you guys. Elaine says congratulations. Oh, that's Elaine from us.
That's our Elaine.
That's our Elaine. Well done.
That's our Elaine there.
Yep, awesome. So congratulations to those who have joined us as well.
We've got another question, actually.
Okay. Where do you find the items with low BSR?
Yeah.
I love that one. I like going on junglescout.com. There's also asinspectorpro.com where you can see how much the volume is as well. But you can also just type the product into Amazon as well and see the products, and that's probably one of the best strategies that we have.
And
I've
just typed those in as well.
says, Sam, I love your smile.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Dave says, guide on bundle, just saying bonus item in your listing as well. Terrence says, quick summary on the link below. Oh, that's Elaine moderating as well. All right, perfect. Okay, any other questions that we'll have? I'm happy to jump in and answer for you guys. Just put the Q&A here. Test me on anything that we've covered today. That would be super, super helpful, and I will jump in and I will help you with those questions. So just looking at a few of the other people, thank you all of your all of them. I can see Nick as well has joined us. That's coming as well. So thank you, Nick, and congratulations as well. All right, awesome. Where do you find under low BSR? And by the way, if any of you have tried to purchase and you're having an error, could you just say there's an error on the page, or if there's an error on the checkout? So just say, I just know if some of you tried and there's some sort of glitch as well, because look, 1 out of 10 times something happens with the internet. So if there's an error, so who here has tried and there's some sort of error, let me know. I'll help you with that.
And we had another question here from Tamika. Do you have a separate website out of Amazon?
Yeah, you don't have to.
Yeah.
You can get started without one.
Yeah.
But what you should do is once it starts selling, so the first step you'll sell on Amazon, then you'll get a private label, then you'll open a Shopify store with your own private label on it. So that's the 3-step. You don't have to, but you should.
And we're like obviously huge sellers on Amazon. We're very pro Amazon, but there are 2 reasons why we suggest that our students, our members, sell on multiple platforms. Number 1, Amazon does have the control to kind of suspend your store if there's a customer issue. So if that's your main revenue stream and you're really depending on that, if you've got a few platforms, you don't have all your eggs in one basket. And the second thing is they retain the customer data. So if anyone here has any marketing experience or you've tried to build up a business before, you'll know that things, name and an email address, are super important, that they are gold. So if you had, for example, I'm going to use Shadi because she's been so nice. You have Shadi's beach towel store, and someone comes on to Shadi's beach towel store on Amazon, they buy a towel, and then Shadi wants to have an offer later in the year for Christmas or Mother's Day or whatever. You can't remarket to people that have already bought from you. You're dependent on them coming back to your store. Now, if you've got great products and you expand, you've got good customer service, that's great. But if you've got your own website, your own Shopify store, something like that, you're building up a database that you can also keep marketing to and sending bonuses and offers to. And that's, again, how you grow and scale your business. So you don't have to do it, but we recommend selling at least 2 places. And why wouldn't you? Yep. You got a great product, sell it in as many places as we get people that import products, get them shipped to their house and sell them at the local market, because one of the strengths of our program is we're very strong on teaching people how to import. You've probably seen it. I know from Mario said, like in America, you guys have a lot of people teaching you how to sell on Amazon. But the thing is, if you don't know how to get a product, if you don't know, it's all about buy low, sell high. If you're not strong on the buy low, then you don't have a hope of the selling high. So if you see someone that's just teaching you how to sell, how to list, you've got to think about where you're getting that product and how you're creating the room for that margin. So we really teach a lot of the importing side of things before you even consider listing online.
All right, awesome. Okay, cool.
Put together by him. I'm part of it, but he made it.
All right, cool. All right, so what else? Next question we have, do you need a LLC to get started? Look, you need to speak to an accountant or a financial advisor. If you join our program, we'll give you the accountant that we love in America that we recommend. His name's Bob, and he's based in Florida, but he can help with whatever state you're in. The guy that we use. Look, I have an LLC. You don't have to have an LLC, but you may want to have an LLC. What my students typically do is they'll start, make some money, and then bother about registering. So it'll cost you a few $100 for registration to do an LLC. But that's an excellent question there. Melina, do you provide a list of trusted manufacturers for us to pick from? No, we definitely don't do that.
For good reason.
For good reason. Tell them why.
Because suppliers change. And okay, number one, competition. You don't want everybody going to the same suppliers. Number two, they change across the years. So we might have used someone for, again, beach towels 5 years ago. Let's just say that they've changed hands. You're better to go order by order. So if you'd never sold anything before, but you wanted to sell, say, beach towels, what we teach you is how to identify a good supplier. And that's based on things like their communications. So step one would be to use our forms and templates. They help you to get the Chinese price, not the Aussie or not the US price, because the way that they're laid out and the language they use, they show that either you're an established importer, you're a sourcing agent, or your word. They kind of don't try to, they give you the better price because they can see that you're serious. So you would approach them, and if they get back to you, they've got an English speaker working for them, they get back to you promptly, you arrange a sample, they send you a sample, it's nice. It's like if you deal with any business, right, you get a sense of them. So it's really better to go product by product in the current time. And then if you're working with a supplier over time, you keep them, and then you'll know if they change. But we get a lot of requests like that, like do we give hot product lists or supplier lists? But hope I've explained why we do that. But we teach you, we actually teach you how not to need us. So we teach you how to create a business for a lifetime. And that is, the skills of recognizing good suppliers for yourself. If you email one and they never get back to you, well, you know they're obviously not good. If you get it takes 3 weeks for them to send you something, yeah. We actually had another, Shadi, you've got 8+ years marketing experience in digital marketing. There will be business. Dave, does your program walk through Amazon listing, PPC, etc., or is it only focused on importing?
No, we cover listings. Absolutely. Yep. You couldn't do a listing without it. In fact, Mario, the guy from the video that made all that money, he's the one who I work with to create our latest thing. And we have to keep it up to date. So, for example, if you're on Amazon and you've been selling the last week, you may know that the usual strategy for moving your listing and optimizing has changed. You can't now do giveaways. You can't you can't reduce your product. If you do reduce it more than 30%, then Amazon give you 1/4 the weighting that boosts it up. So they've stopped doing that because they want to make their money. So there are other ways of doing that as well by actually sending traffic. So yeah, it is the latest stuff. And we're always updating it. Like, I would say 95% of our course is current and 5% is out of date. And then we identify what's out of date and we update it whenever we need to.
And if you find our accents annoying or you find that we speak too fast, they're all done by an American. Yes. Mario's like an Italian New Yorker.
If you can understand a New Yorker, then you can understand my program on the Amazon. So I talk, I don't know.
And that's thing. By the
way, I have a light Australian accent, so that's it. By the way, how have we done today? Have you enjoyed it? Have we done, forget, the course or joining or not? Have we done a good job for you? Have you enjoyed it? If so, say thank you, or, Sam's awesome, or you love my hair, whatever it is. Let me know as well. It's real and it's spectacular. Anything else as well?
I will just say on that, Dave, so Tony Bell's just going to add, one thing I'm super proud of is because I got to spend time with Mario. So Mario's working in an Italian restaurant is it New York or New Jersey he was working in?
I'm not sure.
The restaurant?
No, it wasn't Manhattan, New Jersey. Yeah.
Okay. And so we've got a warehouse there and we do some stuff with him, but I was there in a place called Yiwu in China, which is really like third-tier China. We just went for the sourcing. But I saw what a natural coach he was, and I kept hounding Brendan saying he's amazing. So he's actually doing, Dave, all of these like screen-shared how-to videos. You're listing, finding a hot product, researching it right now. So it would actually be in a full America. Mario is just an incredible guy and a 6-figure Amazon seller who's now moved out of the restaurant. He's now doing this full time and he's worked his butt off to do it. But yeah, so you would get all these awesome, completely up to date how-to videos.
All right, wonderful. Okay. Dave says, any advice on shipping on customers? Yeah, just send it to Amazon and they'll do the shipping for you. That's the beauty of it. That's amazing. What FBA is. They'll store it and ship it for you.
But one thing that we do, for example, we have a 3PL warehouse in New Jersey that we use because for certain items on Amazon, FBA is not always the cheapest option. And as I understand it, but this is more your thing, if it's a large item or it moves a bit more slowly, it might be better to kind of look at that. And so we basically just teach you how to get quotes on that stuff. It's like if you're getting a car service, like Toyota might say it's going to be $200 to service your car, but you might find a mechanic down the road that'll do it for $90. So too with Amazon FBA and using a 3PL. So some of our goods go directly from the supplier in China. On FBA is the one they go to. Some of our others go from China to the New Jersey warehouse. And as Amazon require it, they obviously stock for a lot of people, they send it off to Amazon. And we save 2/3. We actually made a video on that with Mario earlier in the year, which was kind of fun. But we save on that. So we help you keep all your costs down.
All right. Well, we're going to go soon because we've got all the questions answered. So I'm going to see if there's any other questions. If you had an error with it, just let me know there was some error with the checkout. That way we can follow you up after. You just put your email address in and we'll help you get started. But I think we've answered all of the questions today.
But thanks for everyone that's come on board. We're really excited to teach you and work with you.
All right, awesome. Are we good? We got all the questions answered?
I think that's it. We'll give you guys 2 minutes if there's any last minute questions, anything you want to know about the business, about the program.
Do open the browser for the program now because once we close this, it disappears. So you won't be able to do that.
But we're so excited in Australia right now because Amazon's just arrived, and most Australians don't even know that it's here yet.
Yeah.
So here is absolutely nuts for it right now. So it's a super exciting time.
All right. So that's it from us and the team. Elaine, want to say goodbye to everyone?
Come and jump in, Elaine.
Come jump in.
Bye.
Bye, Elaine, our ninja. That's it. Me and Sam, goodbye.
Yes.
And look forward to welcoming the new students who've joined us. So that's it and bye for now.
Thanks for everything, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.